Hi everyone, welcome to Real Science Challenge. I'm Kent Louie, science teacher and talking head, broadcasting from beautiful Vancouver, Canada. I love writing test questions. I'm kind of nerdy that way because a great question will get students to connect and apply science in creative ways. Now, I get a lot of positive feedback on my test questions, and since many teachers out there are having difficulty finding good extended response questions to use, I thought I'd share 4 types of extended response questions I use so that you might be able to make a few of your own. Now, long story short, on my tests and quizzes, I use the following 4 types of extended response questions. Number 1, the competing theories question. Number 2, the show and tell question. Number 3, the multiverse question. And number 4, the analogous task question. Now, I'll dive a little deeper into each one, but before I do that, handouts for this episode are available at realsciencechallenge.com EP36, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, first, I believe the point of extended response questions is not for students to get the right answers to the question. Instead, I think the point is to encourage students to think critically and creatively. Now, whether that thinking leads to the answer itself is not as important as the thinking itself. And this is made better if we add a little creativity to our own extended response questions. So here are my 4 types. Number 1, competing theories. In a competing theories question, students are given a theory and then asked if they agree or disagree with the theory. Or they're given like 2 different theories, explain the same thing, and asked which one they agree with. Now, students need to tell me, A, whether they agree or disagree, B, why they agree or disagree, and C, to provide a counterexample or alternate explanation. So for example, for my quiz on kinetic molecular theory, I give students the lemon juicing question, which asks students whether they agree with the theory that warm lemons give off more juice than cold lemons. In other words, if you warm up a lemon before juicing it, you might get more juice than if you were to juice it cold or at room temperature. Now, do you agree or disagree with that theory, and explain why? Number 2, show and tell. In a show and tell question, students are asked to predict a trend. In their response, students need to first graph out their trend and then write a proper hypothesis statement that includes an if, then, because, and however. So for example, for my quiz on density, I give students the baseball bat question, which asks students to predict how many home runs per month a player could hit if he or she used bats of increasing density. Now, students need to graph out on the bottom their prediction and then write a hypothesis using the if, then, because, and however framework. All right, we're halfway through, only 2 more to go. Number 3, multiverse. In a multiverse question, students are asked to solve a problem using what they've learned in science class while following the rules of an alternate reality. This is one of my favorite questions. In their response, students need to draw connections with what they've learned in science class to the alternate reality. So for example, for my quiz on DNA, I give students the alien DNA question, which asks students to create a model of alien DNA. Now, I give students chemical data of that DNA. These letters stand for the different phosphates and sugars and nucleotides that make up alien DNA, similar to human DNA. And students are expected to use this data and their knowledge of DNA structure to come up with and explain their model. And to make things more interesting, I introduce additional alien nucleotides. Finally, number 4, analogous task. In an analogous task question, students perform a task that's similar to the idea behind a scientific tool that we've used in class. In their response, students need to explain what they've created using those scientific concepts. Now, for example, for our unit in acids and bases, students are often given this table, which organizes household materials in increasing pH. Now, this table is great because it illustrates which things are acids and which things are bases, and students can actually see some trends, that sour things tend to be acidic and bases tend to be cleaning products. So, for my quiz on acids and bases, I give them the fruit and vegetable question, which asks students to rank a list of fruits and vegetables according to increasing pH. Students need to connect properties like sourness, bitterness, and maybe neutral flavors to the level of pH of that fruit or vegetable, and then to explain their ranking. That's it for this episode. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you're doing in your class and what you'd like me to share. And speaking of sharing, share this video with your network. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Handouts, once again, are available at realsciencechallenge.com EP36. Thanks for watching. Let's talk science again soon.